John, after all the weeks of pre-season, how good is it when you finally get to this point and you're actually ready to get the real business underway?
Yeah, we've been back 7 weeks. It seems a lot longer, I'm not going to lie. Everyone's really delighted that the first game's coming up this Friday and we can't wait.
How's pre-season been? How would you sum it all up?
A little bit frustrating at times. The work rate of the group has been sensational, really. It's been a really tough pre-season for a lot of them. It's been great to see a lot of the 23s be involved in pre-season as well. I think they've done really well over the course of the games when they've been asked to play. It's been good to see the progression on our style of play as well, which has been good. Obviously, we've signed 5 players quite late in pre-season, which again is a bit frustrating, but it's great to get them over the line now, and it's just going to take a bit of time for them to get up to speed with things. But overall, it's been a really good pre-season.
Has that been the biggest challenge, shaping the squad for a long championship campaign?
Yeah, and there's still more shaping to be done. We still want to bring 3 or 4 good competitive players in who know the level and can help the rest of the group. We're still short in a number of areas, but up to now, as I say, the attitude of the group has been very, very good and really pleasing.
Are you already tired of the speculation?
Yeah, no, I am. Yeah, I think everyone is. It's really important that we obviously get to grips with the Sammy situation and he stays or goes, and the quicker we can do that, I think the better for everyone as well.
How difficult is it for both the club and the player in a situation like this where there is that uncertainty?
Yeah, listen, it's no good for anyone. Ultimately we've got one of the best players in the championship, ready. And it's a bit frustrating that we can't get the best out of him at the start of the season. Quite rightly so. He's had interest from a number of clubs, and it's important that we protect him correctly. He hasn't been in any of the games really throughout pre-season. He hasn't trained with the group much either. So, listen, Sammy's a top player, and hopefully we can draw a line on the sand and get him to stay, and I want him to stay, of course I do, and be a big part of the club going forward.
Can you see him playing for this football club again then? Because I guess a lot of people read it and say it's obvious what's going to happen, but can you see a scenario where he does stay here? I
think the longer it goes, then obviously the better that is for us. I want him to stay, and if there's a club not going to put the right money down to buy him, then obviously we get to keep him.
Just generally, John, how sort of difficult is it when you've got the transfer window going on till the end of this month and yet the season's starting now? In an ideal world, would you just say, right, it has to be done and dusted before the start of the season, then you kind of know what you've got?
Yeah, but it can also work in your favour as well, so there's still 3 weeks to go. It still allows us to bring more players in. You might get injuries or whatever during that period as well. So I think we can assess where we are at the end of August and see if we've done good business or not.
You mentioned the guys that we brought in. How are they all settling in? Some will know this country, this league, others don't as much.
Yeah, the 2 lads who come in are Maktar and Yuki, obviously John Parks, Rudy Gusted and Adam Owens have worked their socks off to highlight their qualities and bring them boys in. So, everyone's excited to see them. I'm sure they're going to be big assets to the football club. The 3 other boys, Andy, Danny and Carl, they know what the championship's all about, and he's just come back from the Euros as well. So, we've signed 3 really experienced players there to help the group, which is important.
How ready are Yuki and Maktar? Those will be the ones because they've got a little bit of mystique about them. How ready are they to play their part?
Yeah, listen, they're raring to go. I think they both got 45 minutes last week and did well. Obviously, they're still a little bit short of match fitness, but they both seem to have really good attitudes, and I'm sure they'll be big assets to the club.
You mentioned the experience of the other 3 as well. How valuable do you feel that will be, and is that a big focus of the recruitment over the summer, given the age of the squad that we had last year?
Yeah, I think over the course of 46 games, these 3 boys will certainly help the group. Hopefully they'll play a big part in what we do. If they're playing, fantastic. If they're not, they'll still have a massive part to help the football club, and that's the benefits of bringing good experienced players in. They've got to be the right experience and the right character to come in and be role models on and off the pitch.
You touched on the work that's been done on the grass in pre-season. The Blackburn Rovers side we'll see this year, is it more just evolving from what we had last season rather than changing everything? It'll be a totally different side, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, definitely. I said at the end of last season there's not a lot of massive changes to to be needed with the team. You know, defensively we were very solid. We were very well organised at the end. You know, 6 clean sheets out of the last 10, which was sensational, really. And you know, we had to be better in the final third. We had to be better, a little bit better with the ball as well. So that's something that we need to be working on, and that's something that I've worked on throughout pre-season with the group. So you know, it's about integrating the players that we brought in as well to make us better. So you know, there's not a lot of massive changes needed. It's just getting that right quality at the right times.
Is that final attacking third, is that the key area where if we can get that right, then that's how the team takes the next step?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, and we've been working very hard over the pre-season to do that. You know, we still want to bring in the right characters and the right players to help again do that, but you know, at the moment we've been working really hard, and I think in the pre-season games you can see the benefit of that.
The scenes we saw after the final whistle at Leicester, we saw that togetherness between the players and the supporters. How important is it that is carried on and again build on that going forward this year?
Yeah, it's massively important for me. You know, the only way you get any success if the players and the fans are together. You could really feel that and see that. You know, by the time I came into the football club, you know, the fans played such a big part in our success and keeping us in the league. And now, you know, they're going to play another massive part on us trying to progress and be better than what we were last season.
Is it nice to have a home game to start off with then? It'll be Friday night in front of the TV cameras as well, a good crowd at Ewood, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think it's just it's nice that we're back working. You know, a big game on Friday night. Derby are a very good team. They've got good momentum from getting promoted last season, so there'll be a big fan base following from them as well. So you know, it should be a real good atmosphere and an exciting challenge for us.
So what do you expect of Derby? How different do you think they will be from the side that got promoted last year?
I just think they're a good team. They've got a great manager there, knows the level well, and you know, it's going to be a really difficult game. They're very much on the up. You know, as I say, they've been promoted. They'll have that momentum. They're not used to losing. You know, so we know it's going to be a difficult challenge, but one we're really looking forward to.
Do you know about the ethos of that football club as well? Did you enjoy your time?
Yeah, I had 2 fantastic years there. You know, it's a fantastic football club. Home and away, the fans are right behind the team. You know, 4,000 or 5,000 away fans every game, 30,000 at home as well. So it's a big football club, and you know, they're on the way up now, and you know, they've got a good manager there, who I'm sure will be successful with them.
What would it do for us to start the season with a victory? I guess the start of any campaign, how much do you get from getting a positive result early doors?
Yeah, well, you want to win as many games as you can and get a victory as soon as possible. So, you know, we'll be going to win the game, of course we will, but you know, we know it's going to be a difficult challenge, but one we're looking forward to.
Just finally, squad-wise, how are we looking in terms of injuries and stuff like that?
Yeah, the squad's looking okay. You know, we'll have to look at a couple who are coming back from their injury, see how Hedgie is over the next couple of days. Obviously, Sammy hasn't been involved as much as we'd liked him to as well. So, you know, there'll be a couple that we'll look at late doors. The players that we brought in as well, there might be a couple of them who just aren't ready to be on the bench. But again, we'll look at that over the next couple of days and we'll see.